Hello, again I am Dr. Sangeeta Sharma and I shall continue with the same Ode to Autumn. Now I'll tell you the critical analysis. That means I shall critically analyze the first stanza, which will be very helpful in your reference to context, in your critical appreciation. Okay, so in the first stanza, Keats tells us about the vegetative function of the autumn season. What do you mean by vegetative function? Vegetative means what happens to vegetation. Vegetation means regarding fruits, vegetables. Okay, so vegetative means in the first stanza we get the idea of all that happens in the autumn season. And at the same time, in the first stanza, we get the hint of personification, and this personification is developed gradually in the second stanza of the ode. Now, how will you say that autumn is personified? Because see, in the first line, season of mist and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of maturing sun. Now this close bosom friend and maturing, these adjectives are generally used with animate objects. Animate means living beings. A girl can have a best friend, a boy can have a very intimate friend, but a season cannot have a close intimate friend because the season is inanimate. Is it clear? So the adjectives, the verbs which are generally used with animate beings are here used with inanimate object. So the season autumn is treated as a person, and that's why we get the hint that the figure of speech here is personification. Is it clear? Now, close bosom friend of the maturing sun. Now see the word maturing. The sun is not maturing. No, it is the heat of the sun that matures, that ripens the fruits and vegetables. So it is the sun, it is the heat of the sun which helps the fruits and vegetables to ripe. So the sun is said to be maturing. So generally the maturing word is used with animate object, but here it is used with sun, which is inanimate. So the figure of speech is personification. Again come to the third line, conspiring with him. Conspiring with him. Him again is a verb, and it is used with inanimate object sun. Now conspire. Only the living beings can conspire. Conspire means Shadyantra Rachna. So only the living beings can conspire. But here see, the autumn season and the sun, they both are inanimate being and still they are making plans. So the figure of speech here is personification. Now what are they planning? These two, they plan how to load the apple trees with apples, how to load the grape creeper with grape, how to ripen the gourd, how to ripen the hazelnuts, how to ripe the buds, or how to make the buds bloom into flowers, so that the bees may think that the summer days have not come to an end. So actually in the first stanza the poet means to say that the autumn season and the sun, the seasonal situations are so perfect that you can see autumn blooming in the form of flowers. You can see autumn season blooming or ripening in the form of fruits. You can see autumn season ripening in the form of vegetables. In a way, In the first stanza, we get the characteristic quality of autumn season. In the first stanza, the poet means to say that you can see, you can feel the autumn season everywhere. You can feel the autumn season in the fruits, in the maturing fruits. You can see autumn season in the maturing vegetables. You can see autumn season in the form of large number of flowers that are blooming. So autumn season has the characteristic quality which can be seen everywhere. Is it clear? So in the first stanza, we get the characteristic quality of autumn season. Now we come to second stanza. In the second stanza, the poet personifies the autumn season. And the poet says, "Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store?" Who hath means has, not seen thee means you, oft means often, amid means between, thy means your, store means granary, store of fruits and vegetables. That means, who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store means everyone has seen. That means everyone can see the autumn season sitting between the store of fruits and grains. That means in the autumn season, the fruits, the vegetables and the grains, they grow in such a large number that every person can think, every person can feel that autumn season has come. Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find. Sometimes whoever means any person. Who seeks means goes. Abroad means outside. May find. Thee means you. Sitting carelessly on a granary floor. So autumn can be seen sitting carelessly in a very carefree manner on a granary floor. What do you mean by granary floor? Granary means storehouse for the threshed corn. Storehouse for the threshed corn means कटे हुई फसलों को रखने का जो स्थान होता है, that is called granary floor. So autumn can be seen in the form of a harvester. Autumn can be seen in the form of a harvester sitting in the on the granary floor. Thy hair softly lifted by the winnowing wind. And thy means your hair are softly lifted by the winnowing wind. What do you mean by winnowing? Winnowing means separating chaff from the grain. What do you mean by chaff? Chaff means छिलका, यानी गेहूं को उसके छिलके से अलग करना. So sometimes the autumn can be seen sitting carelessly on a granary floor, and thy means your hair softly lifted by the winnowing wind. Winnowing wind means the wind which is blowing in order to separate chaff from grain. The hair of the autumn season is softly, gently lifted by the winnowing wind. So the autumn is seen in the first 3 lines. Autumn is seen as a harvester. Harvester means a person who is sitting between his harvest or on a half reaped furrow, sound asleep, drowsed with the fume of poppies, spares the next sweat and all its twinned flowers. And in the fourth, 5th, 6th line, autumn is seen as a mower. Mower means a cutter. Cutter means autumn is seen in the form of a gleaner.